During the sacred month of Sawan, our attention often turns towards Lord Shiva. But Sawan is actually part of an even larger sacred period in Sanatan Dharma, known as Chaturmas. According to our tradition, during this period, Lord Vishnu enters Yog Nidra. But does Lord Vishnu really sleep for 4 months? What exactly is Yog Nidra? Why do many Hindu families avoid weddings during this time? And why are these months filled with some of our most beloved religious festivals? Today, let's discover the beautiful meaning behind Chaturmas. Welcome back to Sawan Diaries. The word Chaturmas comes from 2 Sanskrit words. Chatur meaning 4 and Mas meaning month. Together, Chaturmas refers to a sacred period of approximately 4 months, beginning with the arrival of the monsoon season in India. In many Vaishnav traditions, this sacred period begins around Devshayani Ekadashi during the month of Ashad and concludes around Devshayani Ekadashi, also known as Prabodhini Ekadashi, during the month of Kartik. Different traditions may calculate the observance slightly differently, but the spiritual meaning remains beautifully similar. According to Puranic and Vaishnav traditions, on Devshayani Ekadashi, Lord Vishnu reclines up Sheshnag in the cosmic ocean of milk and enters Yog Nidra. But there is something very important to understand. Yog Nidra does not mean that Lord Vishnu simply goes to sleep, as we do. He does not become unconscious or unaware of creation. Rather, Yog Nidra is understood as a divine yogic state of inward consciousness. Shri Vishnu turns inward while remaining fully aware of creation and the countless jivas within it. Even during Yog Nidra, the preserver continues to sustain the universe. So when we hear that Lord Vishnu sleeps for 4 months, we should not imagine ordinary sleep. Yog Nidra is divine consciousness turned inward. Now you might be wondering why this sacred period occurs at this particular time of the year. Chaturmas coincides with India's monsoon season. The rain returns to the land, rivers begin to fill, the earth becomes green again. And historically, travel during these heavy monsoon months became much more difficult. Traditionally, sadhus, monks, and spiritual teachers who spend much of the year traveling would remain in one place during the rainy season. This created a natural period for study, prayer, teaching, fasting, reflection, and spiritual discipline. And this ancient rhythm of slowing down during the rainy season can even be seen in our Itihas. In the Valmiki Ramayana, after the events surrounding Vali and Sugriv, the monsoon arrives in Kishkinda. Sri Ram and Lakshman remain near Prasarvana Giri mountain as the rain made travel and military movement difficult. Sri Ram beautifully describes the arrival of the monsoon while waiting for the season to pass. And when the rain finally begins to end, the search for Mata Sita moves forward again. The Ramayana is not calling this episode the modern Chaturmas observance, but it gives us a beautiful ancient picture of why the monsoon season naturally became a time of remaining in one place and waiting for travel to resume. And now we come to something very important for Sawan Diaries. Sawan or Shravan falls within the sacred monsoon season of Chaturmas. So while Sawan holds a particularly beautiful connection with Lord Shiva, it also exists with a much larger spiritual season of vrata, prayer, self-discipline, and devotion. And there is a especially beautiful scriptural connection here. According to the Shravana Mahatmya associated with the Skand Puran, Lord Shiva speaks to Sanat Kumar about the greatness of Shravan and describes Shravan as dearest to him among all the months. So within the sacred season of Chaturmas comes this particularly beloved month of Mahadev, Shravan, or Sawan. During Chaturmas, many traditional social celebrations, particularly weddings and certain auspicious ceremonies, are often paused. But that doesn't mean these 4 months are without celebration. In fact, the sacred calendar becomes anything but quiet. Instead, our attention turns toward devotion, prayer, fasting, remembrance, and most of the beloved religious observances of the year. During the broader sacred monsoon season, we encounter Guru Purnima, Hariyali Teej, Nag Panchami, Raksha Bandhan, Janmashtami, Ganesh Chaturthi, Pitru Paksha or Sharad, Navratri, Dussehra, Karva Chauth, and eventually the beautiful festival of lights, Diwali. And around the conclusion of Chaturmas comes Uthani Ekadashi, when Lord Vishnu is traditionally understood to emerge from Yog Nidra. So Chaturmas isn't simply a period when celebrations stop. In many ways, our focus shifts from social celebrations towards spiritual celebrations. For some, Chaturmas means observing additional vratas. For others, it may mean giving up certain foods or personal comforts. Some devotees increase their jop, prayer, charity, seva, scripture reading, or visits to the temple. The exact observances can differ between families, communities, regions, and samprayads. But behind these different traditions lies a common idea: self-discipline, reflection, and greater devotion. And now we can understand why many families traditionally avoid weddings during much of Chaturmas. This sacred period is traditionally associated with vrat, tapasya, restraint, and spiritual observance. Rather than focusing on large social ceremonies, the emphasis turns towards the divine. Perhaps the easiest way to understand Chaturmas is simply to look at nature. The rain falls, the earth slows down and renews itself. And spiritually, we are invited to do something similar: to slow down, to look within, to practice self-discipline, and to make a little more space for the divine. Maybe that's why this season contains so many beautiful vrats, festivals, stories, and traditions. It reminds us that sometimes spiritual growth doesn't come from doing more. Sometimes it's coming from turning inward. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Sawan Diaries. Today we discovered that Sawan doesn't stand alone. It exists within the beautiful sacred season of Chaturmas. But in our next episode, we are going to tell a very different kind of story. A story about a young son and his extraordinary devotion to his parents. You may already know his name, Shravan Kumar. But who was he? What happened during his final journey with his parents? And how did one tragic mistake eventually become connected to the story of Sri Ram? In our next episode, we will discover the heartbreaking story of Shravan Kumar. Until then, Har Har Mahadev.